Hello, we are trying new makeup today. I have a ton of new makeup releases sitting here in front of me that I am excited to get into. There's some really great products in this video that I know you've been curious about. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's get into it. I have 5 new foundations here to thoroughly test and review for you in an upcoming foundation roundup. The new Hung Van Gogh Red Cover Drops, Smashbox Dual Filter Foundation, and Drunk Elephant just launched their triple peptide cover drops. These look really interesting to me. And Yapoda just launched their Dewy Day Cushion Foundation. I haven't even opened this box yet. And of course, I have the new Westman Atelier Foundation, which is what I'm going to be applying in this video because this is the one I've been asked about the most. This is the Supreme Biocomplex Foundation. It has exosomes and peptides. The bottle feels very luxurious. I grabbed it in shade L4, so let's see if it matches my neck. And speaking of my neck, before we get started, you may notice that I look a bit beat up. I've got a bruise and a mark over here and some scratchy looking things over here. I had some dry needling and some scraping done at physical therapy yesterday. I have a lot of tightness and tension going on in the bands in the front of my neck and all along my shoulders and upper back that we're trying to work through. So that's all that is. If you see that during this video, I just wanted to go ahead and point that out proactively. So it doesn't squirt out a lot at once, and it's not too runny on the back of my hand either. The consistency seems a bit thick. I'll apply this half of my face with a damp sponge and this half with a brush as I tell you more about this foundation. Oh, a little bit goes a long way. I was not expecting to get that much coverage right off the bat, but it doesn't look cakey or too heavy, and it looks naturally dewy. Even though I got more coverage than I expected, it still looks natural and it feels like nothing. It doesn't feel heavy. And it's supposed to blur and smooth your skin with a natural hydrated finish and brighten and reduce the look of wrinkles. There are a lot of skin benefiting ingredients in here, and there are also amino acid powders that blur the look of your pores while absorbing excess oil without dryness. I find that part really interesting as someone who has combination skin that gets shine and oil breakthrough in the center of my face, but who also has some normal dry areas. Okay, I have to say, after application, I agree with all the claims that I can agree with so far because I haven't worn it. I haven't been able to wear test it yet, but it has medium buildable coverage. It feels weightless and it looks skin-like and natural. Like it has a naturally hydrated appearance. It's not overly dewy. And even though it does have that hydrated appearance, it feels like it's set down. It's not tacky, and it smoothed my texture, my pores in this area and in this area here, and my fine lines and my forehead. It's nice and flattering, and I think shade L4 was a good match for my neck. It might be a little bit light, but it's nothing we can't fix with bronzer. I have a cream bronzer to apply in this new Laura Mercier cream face palette. It's all smudgy because I have been playing around with this already. So you have a cream bronzer, blush, and highlighter. This is Amore, and I also have it in Jolie, and I have played around with both of these. This gives a very natural look, and this, even though it looks deep, gives a really pretty sun-kissed look, just like you've been out in the sun. I'm going to start with this one. If I feel like I need to deepen it up, I'll move over to Jolie. It really does blend out effortlessly with no patchiness whatsoever. I mean, you see how natural that looks? It's just completely effortless. I do think I want to use the deeper one now that I'm messing around with it. This will actually help you see that even though this is deep, it's not intimidating, and it's actually really easy to work with. Sometimes with shades that deep, there's a clear line of demarcation, and that just does not happen with this formula. I'm applying this where the sun would naturally hit me, which is right across my nose and across my cheeks. This is where I would get a suntan. This formula doesn't remove foundation or set makeup underneath it. It doesn't remove powder either. It's just one of those formulas that applies like a dream. And I like that the bronzers are more neutral toned. They're not too orangey, so they're not going to make you look like an Oompa Loompa. I think that's good. And I am going somewhere later, so I kind of need my cheeks to match. I'm going to have to even this out with powder blush later, but I just want to show you really quickly what this blush shade looks like and how easily and quickly it blends out. I mean, you could take this right across your nose and have such a pretty sun-kissed look. I mean, look at how that just blended out, and it just looks so airbrushed. So here's the Amore palette swatched. Really, really pretty. I really think Gelée is so versatile across many, many skin tones. And here is Jolie. I've dipped my brush into both the blush and the highlighter for a luminous cheek look, and that's really pretty too. I've heard some people talk about the price of this, but I mean, if you're gonna use it and it's just easy and quick, I think you'll get your money's worth. The reason I didn't apply the same Laura Mercier shade to this cheek is because I want to try this new Armani Dolce, what is the official name of this? Dolce Cream to Powder Soft Matte Balm Blush. I have it in this rose shade, which is a cool, bright pink. I feel like it's got a bit of coral to it. This is supposed to melt into your skin, smooth imperfections, and give you a soft matte finish. They say to warm it up with your fingers or on the back of your hand before applying it. So I'm going to apply it with the BK Beauty 109 and just stipple it on, and we will see how this goes. So it definitely diffuses it, and it looks like it's applying nice and evenly. Okay, so how do we feel about this? Have you tried this yet? Because I feel like this has been out for a little while, even though it's still considered new. It applied easily. It does give a soft matte finish. Now, this side of my face has more sunspots than this side, so it may not look quite as even, but I feel like it's pretty. Do we think it's worth the money? I'm not sure. I might need to think on this a bit more. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at it. I really do like the finish though. I guess we're going to see how both last through the day once everything is said and done. Okay, I do have a new concealer. This is the Benefit POREfessional 24-Hour Smoothing and Blurring Liquid Concealer. I grabbed it in 7N. I'm not sure if this shade is going to be light enough, but we'll see. What intrigued me about this concealer is that it's supposed to be hydrating and creamy and buildable to full coverage. We have not seen one of those concealers in a while. They're usually medium coverage if they're hydrating and creamy. It's also supposed to be waterproof. So if you have watery eyes, that's good news for you. I like the shape of the applicator. It's kind of rounded. There is a slight chemical scent here, but it's under my eyes, not my nose. I'm going to apply it without a corrector under this eye, and I'm going to apply one of my usual correctors under this eye. That way we can see how it performs with and without. So I'm going to apply it my usual way, a very small amount there, small amount here at the bottom of my tear trough, and then a small amount at the outer corner. This also has microspheres in it to blur texture. It's also supposed to be smoothing, so we shall see. I'm going to try it with the warmth of my fingers and we'll see how that goes. I don't think that was quite enough. I'm adding a little bit more. I'll start over here since that was sitting for a bit. I think the shade may work fine. Now, usually when I don't apply a corrector underneath a concealer, which is very, very rare, I layer another tiny, tiny dot right at the bottom of my under eye hollow. I just find I need to do that to help with the darkness, just like that. Okay, that coverage is pretty good with no corrector underneath. That looks good. Okay, I'm tapping a tiny bit of my Bobbi Brown corrector stick in Bisque only where I have darkness. I just want to see if this concealer layers well with it, because I do usually wear a corrector to counterbalance that discoloration. I'll try this side with the brush. We'll see how that goes. Okay, this has really nice coverage. It also looks nice and hydrating. It hasn't started to dry up my very dry under eyes yet. And also, I usually crease pretty badly right under my lash line as I'm concealing the other under eye, and that has not started to happen. It's very, very slight. So if you're not prone to creasing, this might be creaseless for you. I am still setting my face, but it is blurring and smoothing and hydrating. It covers well. I mean, if this works well for me all day, if it doesn't dry my under eyes out, we have a winning concealer here. And I'm very, very picky about my concealers because my under eyes are so dry. Okay, here's where we are right now. And I am so excited about this next product because I loved the original Too Faced Peach products and they reimagined and relaunched the powder. I love the original. I'm hoping I love this too. This is the Peach Perfector Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I got it in Peachy Pink, which is the lightest Mist translucent shade. It has this really unique rollerball dispensing mechanism. I have never seen anything like this before. It dispenses the right amount of product. It's mess free. This is supposed to set your makeup with a soft matte, very natural finish and keep you shine free and comfortable at the same time. It also blurs texture and pores and brightens. It kind of does everything you want a powder to do, especially as your skin matures. I'm hoping anyway. We shall see. Okay, there's one half of my face completely done. I mean, I think it is very blurring and very smoothing. It also feels like nothing between the foundation and powder. I don't feel anything on my face. I also just want to take this quick moment to assure you I do not use any filters in my videos. I was asked that twice last week. Someone said it looked like my neck and my jaw was filtered, and that's just the depth of field. Things get blurry when your face is being focused on. You can see my hand gets a little blurry when it's here. It's just the way cameras work. It's not a filter. There's no filter going on here. So I just wanted to make that quick announcement. But you can see here, there is no powder. You can see more pores, texture, fine lines when I'm squishing my forehead, not squishing, when I'm making an expression with my forehead. Here, it just looks so smooth and natural, not powdery. Okay, I'm gonna finish applying the powder to the rest of my face using a different brush. I've been testing out various Anissa brushes during this video, and I like them all. But this one with the angle, this is the multi-powder brush. You can use it for any type of powder, bronzer, blush, or whatever you wanna use it for. Something about the angle and the size, it's just a little bit awkward for my tiny face. So I'm just gonna switch to a more traditional powder brush. Now this does smell like peaches. That's why the Peach Perfect line was so popular in the first place, just that natural peach scent. I enjoy it. I only notice it when I'm applying it. I don't notice it after it's applied to my face. If you enjoy a nice sensorial experience, you will probably like that too. I am loving how natural my face looks. It doesn't look like I have a bunch of powder on. It just has that natural finish to it. As of now, this is a winner. Of course, we have to see how it wears throughout the day. I've already played around with one of the new Dual Intentions eyeshadow duos from Polite Society. I just think these are so cute. They look like little contact lens cases. You just flip the lids up like that and you have two eyeshadows. So the one I used already and was very, very happy with had two matte shades. It's called Business and Pleasure, and it just blended out like a dream and wore beautifully all day. The one I want to use today is called Lust to Love. It has a rosewood brown shade and a copper rose shimmer. So I'm going to apply this copper rose shimmer shade to my lid with my finger. They say that's the best way to get the most out of it. And whoa, that is very, very pigmented. I am getting a little bit of fallout, but not much. Copper rose is the perfect descriptor for this shade. Okay, those little tiny specks of fallout came off pretty easily with the spoolie. I think I grabbed too much with my finger. I'm going to go in less hard with this eye. I'm going to take a little bit of this under my lash line, just right under there. And then I'm just going to take this up into my crease and transitions. Pretty much just a one and done look, but with a crease and transition shade. So I guess it's a two and done look. I always like to put something above my crease, almost up to my brow bone, because it just puts a bit of dimension there and it just makes my eyes look less heavy hooded and a bit more open than if I did nothing. I started to go up right here. I just didn't complete it yet, but I mean, I think you can see the difference. Okay, now I'm going to take the Mature Beauty eyeliner in chocolate brown and do a tiny little flick that extends the same angle as my lower lash line. And then I'm going to line the outer third of my eye very, very close to my lash line. I'm going to kind of connect the two and build them up very, very slightly. That's going to give my eye just a bit of a lift. And then I'm going to smudge that out with my own brush. I don't use this brush because it's just a little bit too fine and sharp for what I like to do. I like a little bit of smudging. It's a bit more forgiving the older I am. None of this has to be precise, by the way, and this takes very, very little time. I love these eyeliners because they are incredibly creamy and they give you plenty of time to work with them before they fully lock down for the entire day. They are so good. I already praised these Morphe Cloud Light blushes in my best of the year so far video, but I feel like I just need a little bit of brightening now that my makeup is set. Sometimes powder can kind of mute your blush, so I'm going to apply just a tiny bit of the shade Rush Okay, that feels better. I felt like once my eyes were done, I just needed a bit more on my cheeks. Sometimes that just happens. If you haven't tried this formula though, it is absolutely fantastic. I go into this more in that other video. I'll have it linked up in the corner and down in my description box where all these products will be. Since I already talked about that in depth, I won't belabor that point here. Let's move on to mascara. I have two brown mascaras here, one from Merit and one from NARS. Now I've already curled my lashes. I'm going to apply Merit's new Clean Volume Volumizing Tubing Mascara to this eye first. This is supposed to be a buildable tubing mascara that lifts, separates, and sculpts your lashes for precise all-day volume. It's supposed to be great for sensitive eyes, and because it's a tubing mascara, it is supposed to remove with warm water. I like the small brush. It allows me to hit my lower lashes nicely, and it separates my lashes for kind of a feathery, fluttery look. I'd say this gives nice everyday length and volume. It's not overly dramatic, but it gives me something. And I'll apply the new NARS Notorious mascara on this eye. This has a longer wand than the Merit, and this is supposed to give an eye-opening lift, length, and volume with a lightweight feel. It's supposed to lock your lashes in place all day and condition them. It has argan oil, and it's supposed to be smudge and flake free, also clump and humidity proof, and it's also supposed to remove easily with a mild cleanser and warm water. Okay, I think both of these are more black brown than brown. Give me your opinion in the comments. And I would say NARS gave me more length, but Merit gave me more volume. I mean, my lashes aren't even from eye to eye, but that's what I'm getting anyway. I'm going to play with them a bit more, but right now I'm leaning towards Merit. I just like the feathery look it's giving me. I feel like my lashes sort of separated more into individual clumps with NARS. Okay, let's do some lips. I ordered 3 shades of the new Anastasia Kiss Theory Hydrating Glossy Shine Lip Balm, and 2 of them didn't ship. I guess they ran out of stock, but I was able to get the shade Silk, which is a nude rosy brown. This actually looks really pretty. This has a slightly sweet scent to it. I'm not applying a lip liner first because I just want you to see what it looks like over bare lips. This is a hybrid gel lip balm with color that's supposed to give you hydration, lots of pigment and glossy shine, and it's supposed to feel lightweight and non-sticky. There are some really nice ingredients in here to hydrate and plump your lips, and also nourish and soften and give you antioxidant benefits too. Okay, I think this might be the skinniest bullet lipstick I've ever applied, hybrid or not, and I love the way it applied because it's so skinny. It just applies like a dream and it glides on and melts into your lips. It does give nice pigmentation. I feel like my lips look nice and smooth and they do look fuller. I like this shade quite a bit. It is on the browner side of what I like to wear, but hopefully I can get a pink one at some point. There is some substance here too. It's not sticky, but I like that it doesn't feel like it's going to slide right off. I definitely see why this is such a popular product and why it's gone viral and why it's so hard to grab certain shades. The 2 shades I ordered were in stock. They're still showing in stock, but they just got kicked out of my cart. I will definitely be ordering multiple shades of this. I can tell you that right now. Okay, here's how everything came out. I'm actually pretty happy with this trying new makeup releases video. I am, of course, going to continue to wear it throughout the day. I have something to go to tonight, so this does need to continue to look good. If I'm unable to update you on how that went in this video, I'll have an update towards the top of my description box or in the top pinned comments, so look out for that. Let me know your thoughts on any of these products in the comments down below if you've tried them already or if you plan to, and let me know what foundation you're most excited about seeing a review on. You can catch my foundation reviews here if you're interested in those. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and hype it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.